Can show one night in your
No.
Now that we're live, Tony, you ought to. No,
That was perfect.
that was perfect. Okay. Welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 321. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else a gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm your host, Chad Wallace, and tonight I will be reviewing a Litl Mo red dot. The rest of us discuss a 9mm GP100, SwampFox's new Warhawk, and Faxon's PCC, or at least one of them. With me tonight are Tony, Zane, and Rob. I guess you guys did stuff in firearms, except maybe Tony, and he's a little angry about it. So we'll go to Tony first.
oh.
I did nothing except dry fire and draw from a holster and look at my empty holsters from 77 Design Solutions, wishing New Jersey would finish my paperwork and get my P07 and my 34 to me. That's what I did.
Nice. Rob?
Let's see, the weekend before I went to the gun range, this past weekend, I got stuck doing other crap, working and whatnot, so I didn't get a chance to go. So I didn't do a whole lot in guns this week.
Yeah?
No, not this past week.
And Batman is muted, so... Hey. Oh, there he is.
I got my slide back finally, so I now joined the Red Dot gang. So I took that out of the range, sighted it in, got some live rounds with it, and I have done a metric S-ton of dry fire with it just to get proficient with it, and ordered a couple holsters. So good times.
Oh, one of the things I did, it wasn't a podcast, but it was working with the Trump 2020 re-election team, talking to them about how to get their heads out of their butts over the Second Amendment.
Nice.
And I was on with Diana Mueller and Cheryl Todd. And they actually invited us to talk to their 2020 re-election team. It was supposedly in Arizona, but hopefully they pay attention to what we said.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I see what you're saying. Looks like Maddie decided to show back up.
Sorry, I lost service.
we're going through what we did with firearms, and I guess you could probably say that you're being a brat and at the range.
Well, I mean, I'm not at the range because I don't have service at the range, but I'm like right there almost.
I gotcha. So did you do anything in guns this last week?
Yes, actually, this last week was like a pivotal moment for me. I tried transitions between a rifle and pistol using a rifle sling for the first time ever. I know that sounds really mundane to like a lot of people because they're like, what? Shouldn't you have been doing that already? No, I had not already been doing that, but I'm doing it now, and it's actually really kind of hard. And it's weird to say, but I pulled something in my shoulder because apparently I don't use muscles back there that frequently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's something. Let's see. I actually made it to the range too. Go
Way
ahead,
to downplay it.
No, I was going to say at least people are on a 2-point slings nowadays, because I have seen a lot of lovely transitions with 3-point and 1-point slings, and 1-point slings being the worst, especially for dudes.
Oh,
what's
yeah.
A 3-point?
A 3-point sling was this
Zane.
terrible idea that people had like in the early 2000s to take a 2-point and add a 3rd point in the middle, and you get your arm all it's this terrible idea. It should never been done.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, I had one on an M16A2.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a jacked up idea.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's like a fat kid skipping rope. It ain't gonna turn out good. You're gonna watch it,
No.
but it ain't gonna turn out well.
Yep.
Yeah. You're gonna plant your face first in the dirt, and yeah.
They worked pretty well for sub guns like MP5s and stuff. And someone was like, "Hey, we should put this on a rifle that has a 20-inch barrel."
I haven't tried the 3-point, so I've only tried the 2-point.
Don't.
Just skip it. Just skip it. You won't need it. And a single point.
I've seen a lot of dudes do transitions with single points, and you can kind of imagine what can happen if you're not extremely careful.
Unless you're using like a PCC or like a MPX or something like that, that's a pistol quasi rifle type deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I have a single point that I use on an SBR when I hunt jackrabbits, but I am not transitioning to a pistol during that time. So
don't do it.
Exactly. No, I know. I know what can happen. So.
I actually know a guy who knocked himself out with a single point jumping out of a Humvee because he had one of those stupid early 2000 bungee single point things, and it snapped back and hit him in the chin jumping out of a Humvee.
Yeah, I can see that.
Literally knocked him out. It was hilarious.
Oh, lovely.
I actually ran a carbine course with my SKS with a single point hooked to my chest rig.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, then actually, I do have a question for everyone. What is your go-to brand of sling?
Proctor Way of the Gun.
That's exactly what I have. I also have a Magpul that I took off, and I like the Proctor better.
I've been hearing a lot of Magpul, the MS1 and the MS. Well, no, I've been hearing a lot of MS3 and MS4, and then a lot of people are saying the Blue Force Gear Vickers tactical version.
Yeah, the Vickers slings are okay.
I've not used the Vickers. I've used the MS3. I mean, the beauty of those are the ones you can go from 2 point to 1 point if you wanted to do that. I just like the Way of the Gunsling because it's super simple and it's not real expensive. Will Petty has a sling out too that I've heard really good things about that is literally made for locking in place and then quick deployment.
Now, I have the MS1 from Magpul, and truthfully, I got it after the Vickers sling and immediately wanted to send it back. It's heavier, it's wider. I didn't like it as much as I like the Proctor sling. Excuse me. Yeah.
I'm old school. Most of my rifles just have standard old 2 point slings on them.
Well, the Proctor sling is just a 2 point sling. I mean, it just has an adjustable buckle on it, and that's really it.
One of mine has an adjustable buckle. The rest of them, it's like, hey, that's all I need. The adjustable buckle one, it works okay. I'm just old school. I don't like to learn new things.
Well, I think that the simpler the better. At least as far as I'm concerned. So that's kind of what I've been looking at. I do actually have I got the Blue Force Vickers one, I guess at SHOT Show, and I didn't even really realize it until I was going through a lot of my just kind of stuff, and I was like, oh sweet, I'll toss this on. So
yeah,
that one worked for the one time that I've so far tried my transitions, but really excited about my new
transitions.
It's exciting. I've never done them, and now with the rifle slings but it's a good skill to have, probably.
Oh, it's a really good skill to have. I won't judge you there. We'll go back to me now. I went to the range. That was about it. I actually took a shotgun to do some stuff for Zane, and that was about it.
And you shot the Zane Mangello reduced recoil loads?
See, mine are not the 8 pellet ones. I have some 9 pellet reduced recoil loads. Double op buck, and so then I shot those in regular 9 pellet buck because I can get a better comparison because everything's the same minus recoil. And yeah, you can definitely feel it, which I knew anyway, but the Manus X10 didn't really show all that much reduction in it, so I don't know. I didn't shoot that many of them, so maybe I'll try it again. I don't know, but that was about it, and shot an AR, and that was pretty much it. So I guess we can get into our announcements. You can go to gunandgearcult.com and pledge your support. We have $1, $5, $15, and $25 levels. Crazy or Nothing is at a $25 level, so we appreciate that very much. I sent him an email asking if he wanted to use that name or his real name, and I haven't got a reply back, so this is the one he gets. Our bandwidth sponsor, of course, is Patriot Patch Co. I didn't check to see if there's new patches for pre-order, but you can always join the patch of the month. This was last month. Robot Bunny, whatever. They also sent me this World War II patch because I was nice enough to ask for it, and our buddy over there sometimes likes us, and he seemed to like me. If you're shopping Amazon, of course, you can use the firearmsradio.tv/Amazon affiliate link. We also have, for us, Matador Arms affiliate link and an Amend 2 affiliate link. There's links in the show notes on the website, all that stuff. Or just you go to their website, and after the end of it, you put /#GGRP, and it will give us the credit. We do have a listener question episode coming up. I'm thinking month and a half, somewhere around there, so we can get everything in.
I got a listener question. You going to let Zane back in from the green room?
No. There, is that better?
Okay, I'm back.
Oh no!
So there is that. We are. I should say, am rounding up stuff to give away for people that submit questions in a random drawing. If you are a Gun and Gear cult member, you get one extra entry if you submit a question, so you get 2 instead of 1. So far, Matador Arms, Strike Industries, Odin Works, Team POI, which does a few different things. I know they have like Phone Scope and a few other things. Combat Flip Flops and Faxon have all said they're going to donate some stuff. I don't know what the some stuff is until it shows up. But go check them out because they are supporting us.
Yeah, so assume they're going to give away their best stuff that they make. That way you're totally disappointed if they don't.
Actually, since nothing has shown up, I'm not saying what they're giving away, but some of the places are said they're going to donate some pretty cool stuff. So, nothing that needs an FFL, but hey, whatever. Rob.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual co-hosts and do not reflect the official policy or position of the Firearms Radio Network and/or their employers. This is not legal advice, nor should it be considered as such. Pure discretion is advised. This is especially true on live shows.
Yeah, that wasn't your best work today, Rob.
No, I wasn't sure if I was even. I thought I was halfway through it. I thought I didn't push the button to.
I thought he had
big
a
enough mute.
stroke halfway through. I was like, "Uh-oh, what happened?"
Oh, wait a minute. That was actually his read and my internet didn't cut out?
No, that was it.
Oh,
Your
wow.
internet didn't cut out. You guys have fun. Come on, keep going.
Okay, keep going.
That's okay, man. I mean, hey, listen, reading is fundamental, man. Don't worry about it.
Hey, I'm still trying to learn how to read this stuff. It only took me 4 years to graduate to 3rd grade.
Yeah, that's okay. So I actually have a review tonight. It should be fairly quick. It is of the Lucid Optics Litl Mo, which is their little red dot sight, micro red dot sight to compete with everything else under the sun. And so we'll get started with that. They contacted me because I somehow was on the list to review one of these. I've reviewed some of their other products that I was happy with. So I was kind of excited to get this one. I did mount it up on this it does have an adapter plate. I'll get to that in a little bit. It's kind of my favorite for range use and competition, but it does have a few concerning things. It does have a lot of features packed into a little small package. It's a 3 MOA dot. I did like the size of the dot, so either pistol rifle use. It's not too big, not too small. It does use the Venom Viper Doctor footprint, so it is not an RMR footprint. I would have liked an RMR footprint, but I guess they used the other industry standard this time because for some reason there's 2 and they can't figure out what's what. Not Lucid, but just people in general. It does include a little pick rail mount, so if you want to mount it some other ways. It does have a pretty cool feature with its side battery tray. It does use a 1632 battery, not a 2032. But the battery just rests in the little tray and it slides in. no screws, which, I was kind of surprised. Just some friction magic, as I call it, because no matter what I did, I could not get this to open on its own. You literally have to, there's a little piece, a little slot, you can put something in like a screwdriver or something and pry it out. And then once you get it past the little O-ring, it slides right out. I don't know. It stays. I was pretty impressed with that. The advantage is you don't have to take it off, so there's less chance that your zero might change. It's just easier. The physical size of the thing is, it's in millimeters. It's 45 millimeters long, so a little over an inch, 25 millimeters wide, so an inch, and 30 millimeters high. Of course, it's the normal shockproof, water-resistant type stuff. It has a 19 by 28 millimeter window, which you can see if you go to the Firearms Insider. So it's semi-round, wider than it is tall. I really like the larger window size. That really made this thing nice. It's easy to pick up the dot because of it. So faster transitions, stuff like that, faster follow-up shots. There is, however, a 2-hour auto off on this optic. I wouldn't have a problem with this if it had an auto on feature, but of course it doesn't. But the next generation will not have the auto off, so it'll just be on all the time, or they may put something else in it, but they said they're going to get rid of the auto off. So that gets rid of that. It does have 8 brightness settings, to turn it on or off or adjust the brightness. It has either plus or minus buttons on the left side. You can hold either one of the buttons down to turn it off or hit any one of them to turn it on, which is kind of nice because you just hit it and it turns on. But it kind of leads itself to range use only, which disappointed me because I like it enough that I would put it on a carry gun, but with the 2-hour auto off, it's a no-go. It does use a slotted screwdriver type adjustment for windage elevation. It has no clicks, but I didn't have any problems zeroing it, or it didn't ever lose zero for me. With them micro red dots becoming the new normal, even Zane has one. I did mount it on my Polymer 80 build Glock-ish style pistol, so it did get banged around under recoil. Now, I was just about ready to write this review a few months back, and this dot actually started having a problem. The dot would disappear when the slide went forward, probably around 1,200 rounds. I did contact Lucid. They sent a call tag, and they sent a new Litl Mo to finish the review out. They did say, and I believe them, I like these guys, that I was the first one to ever have a problem with it. When they looked at it, it was a battery terminal problem. So they tweaked the design a little to prevent it in the future. Customer service was great. No complaints there. And since it's not a carry optic, in my opinion, that it died, it didn't bother me too much. And so far the replacement probably has about the same amount of rounds on it and has not had any problems. The Lucid Optics Litl Mo is a good micro red dot, but I was really expecting more from a $350 MSRP red dot. It is well built, it has good usability and functionality, but the lack of waking up or turning off after 2 hours does not lend itself to this price range. So there is that. 8 key points. Claim to fame, of course, it's micro red dot. People wanting a micro red dot pretty much is a target market. The features and benefits, it does have a 3 MOA dot, the side battery tray, the Vortex Venom Viper Doctor optic mounting footprint, which a lot of slides use nowadays. The shock proof, it does have a pick rail. They are half MOA adjustments, IPX7 waterproof. The window size that we already went over, brightness settings, and the sight without the Picatinny rail mount, it weighs about an ounce. There is a review in there, a link to a Gear Report review. Price point, the MSRP is $349.99. You can get it for $289.95 at Primary Arms. So if you need it now or want it now, you can go to either one of those places. Our rating, the pros, I gave it a good window size. I did like the side battery tray. I did like the dot size, and it does have a lifetime warranty. The cons, there's no stay awake or shake awake, etc. because of the 2-hour auto off is also a con. Con for me was it's not an RMR footprint. That may not be a con for other people. And the price. So I gave it a score of 6, which is okay. That pretty much sums it up. If you guys have any questions, hit me up.
The window is roughly the size of like the SRO, I'm guessing.
It's a little bit smaller.
Right.
But it does have that kind of go out view to it. I don't know.
I would say looking at the pictures, that gasket around the battery compartment is probably what keeps the thing in place when you push it in.
That's my guess too. And if you take the battery tray out, like you're changing the battery, you can see in there's like 2 little terminals.
Tabs.
Yeah. That kind of hold it in also, that you push it in and they click around the battery tray. So
now, the only thing about the customer service thing is they sent you that to review, right?
They did.
So they knew you were reviewing it. I found that a lot of times with customer service, if they send something out to review and you call them up and say, I've got an issue, if they're not quick about responding,
right.
So,
and I mean,
you got to take that with a grain of salt.
And that's the thing.
And
Go
also, it's look, I'm just a jerk, and I live with it, and so you have to also. You're the only person they said that ever had that happen, but they're going to tweak the design because you had a problem. Is that really what they said?
That's right.
All right.
And that's the thing is, okay, but they did have it, and like I said, I've used other products of theirs and had 0 problems with them, and so
the original RMRs had a flickering problem with the battery terminal.
Yeah, I know, but they said his was the only one they ever heard of it happening. But
the first one, right?
Yeah,
right.
I'm like, come on, dude, just say we're working on it. And that's fine.
For me, none of it really matters because it only stay on for 2 hours.
Yeah,
so that's a hard no for me.
And that was the same with me. I'm like, when it's kind of like, it's like, okay, that's why I got it. It got a 6. I mean, the price,
it's a range gun.
The price does not, it does not hold up to the competitors out there for that in that price range.
Yeah.
Because
is it a new optic?
It's fair. I think it's about 7-8 months old.
Ooh, that's Shake weight technology's been out there with almost everyone.
Right. So that's kind of, and they,
even without shake awake though, like I turned it off on mine just because it's got 50,000 hour battery.
Well, and that's
I'll change
the
the battery once a year.
That's the thing is, it's like, okay, yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, well, if you could adjust the auto off or turn it off completely, that would be fine too. I mean, I don't have a problem with shake awake as long as you can just leave the optic on. That's just me. That was the review of the Lucid Optics Litl Mo. Now we can get into the product spotlight and discussion. First up is the Ruger Custom Shop GP 109mm with an MSRP of $1,549. So your stimulus check will not afford this. It might afford a freezer for all that meat you're going to get if you're Tony. Nothing. Okay.
All the meats.
We're on mute, so
Oh, okay. Well, yes, as it says, it is a GP100 in 9mm. It does have Hogue hand finished hardwood grips, fiber optic front sight, adjustable rear sight. It does weigh a 45.6 ounces, so recoil's bound to be minimum. It does hold 8 rounds. It is a 6-inch barrel. The barrel sleeve is a sleeve. There's a vent. They cut little slots on the outside of it. Stainless steel satin finish. The overall length is 11 inches. It does have a triple locking cylinder at the front, rear, bottom for more positive alignment and operation. The cylinder is a black color with a PVD finish. Polished and optimized in tough, it says. It's got the Super Red Hawk action to allow 2-spring lockwork arrangement, providing a more even durable action cycle and better ignition. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. It is cut for moon clips. I sure hope so. That's the best. That's one of
Better
the
be.
huge, yeah. I'm like, I mean, there's very few 9mm revolvers that aren't. Let's see. It is a half lug barrel, 11-degree target crown. All their normal stuff. The only I saw this, I'm like, yeah, I can get behind it, but then the problem is it's built on the frame, so it's got this short cylinder with a little piece
With a
in the
gap.
center. Yeah, with a gap, and then
Don't-
the barrel sticking out into where the cylinder should be. That's what I don't like about it. But other than that, I'm okay with it.
it looks like
Oh,
they
is
tried
it
to fit a square peg in a round hole.
Well, so there's a competition gun, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not. It doesn't have to look pretty, and it doesn't. Which is, so it's a good thing it doesn't have to. But yeah, obviously, I mean, it wouldn't make any sense to use a 357 length cylinder because then you got so much more weight to lug around. So I get why they did it.
Right.
It makes sense. It just is not aesthetically pleasing, but I'm sure the trigger's better because of it, and also the weights. I mean, it's what is it, 46 ounces? So it's already
yeah.
heavy. If
Oh,
they'd
yeah.
had to use a full 357 length barrel, that thing would have been a
Well, and
monstrosity.
And I'm guessing the trigger's going to be better because it's also an 8-shot, so you're not
Yes.
rotating the cylinder as far.
Correct.
All right.
So,
Couple of things though. Okay, one, they only give 3 moon clips for a $1,200 gun.
no, $1,500 gun.
Oh, sorry, $1,500 gun. You get 3 moon clips. You have to go buy more. I'm
Right.
like, seriously, this is a competition gun, and you didn't even set them up for competition out of the box, just with your moon clips. Cool. They give a demooning tool, which is probably one of the ways people mess up their moon clips anyway, and they give you a tool. Great. I'm not really impressed by a 12, 13, 14-pound double action trigger pull on something that's supposed to be from the custom shop set up out of box for competition. My Smith & Wesson revolver was set up by my FFL, who used to shoot, was it PCC competition? And it had a like a 10-pound double action trigger pull, maybe even less. So yeah, I'm not impressed by that either.
I wonder if that has to do with 9mm having a harder primer than, and I don't know if it does or not, but I just know it's typically not a revolver cartridge. So I
Well-
wonder if that has something to do with it.
Well, remember the primers, you have small pistol or large pistol.
Oh, so it'd be the same primer, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a
Exactly.
reloader. You have to listen to the reloading podcast for that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to go over there. I don't listen to it, but I reload sometimes when I can't find ammo. Okay, so
Well,
That
the other
per-
thing you got to look out for with all pistol caliber revolvers is bullet crimp jump. So you got to be very careful with what rounds you use in them, because a lot of 9mm and 40 and 10mm and pistol cartridges, they don't crimp the bullet in place because they don't need to.
right.
And under recoil, the bullet can literally come out and jam your cylinder up. Although with
Right.
this one, the huge gap, maybe not a big deal. I don't know.
And I'm guessing heavy gun, this recoil of a 9mm, probably not too much of a problem. but it still could be because yes, like you said, they're just what are they? Just kind of a taper crimp if it even all not
Yeah,
even
that's the main reason
yeah.
when I bought my LCR. That's the main reason I went with 38 over 9 mil was for that specific reason. I would have
Right.
rather had 9 mil because I buy 9 mil by
And
by the
my
case.
only other questions about their pistol grip. It doesn't look like the one on the Champion, which has some grip texture on it. This looks really smooth, and
Yes.
and their Champion has actually grip texture built into it. So I wondered, did they go for aesthetics in the grip? And I don't know. It just looks like
I
it's
don't
slick.
know. I really don't know either. I was like, I'll put it in here. We'll all see what we say about it.
I
So
like the way it looks, but I don't remember seeing it at the Ruger booth, even at the Great American Outdoor Show.
yeah,
Oh, I
I
think
think
it's
I
ugly. You like the way it looks?
I think it looks just different, dude. I mean, it's a competition gun, so I don't care. But it looks different. It doesn't look like the same of everything.
I think what you're
gotcha.
seeing now, Tony, is this was probably going to be released at NRAM, but they decided to
Uh,
release it now because there
there's
is
no
no
end.
NRAM.
Yeah,
But
I think it looks cool, especially for a competition gun.
I'm not much into the competitions, and it doesn't do anything for me. So, I mean, I'd like it better if the cylinder matched flush against the barrel. If there wasn't that gap in there, but whatever. They built it. They built it. So,
yeah, that pretty much covers it.
Yeah, I don't think they're coming up with a whole new frame just for this
No.
niche.
Yeah,
This is
I don't see them doing that either.
yeah.
They already have their investment castings for this, so yes. Well, that was the Ruger Custom Shop GB 100 in 9mm. Next up, for some reason everybody's bringing out scopes right now, and SwampFox is not one to disappoint. So they brought out their new Warhawk line. We have the 5 to 25 by 56 in here. MSRP on this is $689. If you want to get it at a steal, there is a We Like Shooting code for 25% off, and we'll advertise it here. Why not? It's WSLS is life, and that over at SwampFox Optics gives you 25% off, which is a pretty good deal on this scope. This is their top of the line new flagship line, whatever you want to call it. It is a first focal plane, uses their sharpshooter reticle. You can get it in MOA or mil. It is a Christmas tree style one with, one MOA holdover grids, half MOA ranging on the sides. Basically, you have to go look it out because I cannot give it justice as far as the reticle goes. It is a 34mm main tube, so you get all of that. It is illuminated, and that's always a good thing also. Let's see. Exit pupil size. Yeah, that doesn't matter for us. Eye relief. 4.3 to 3.5 inches, depending on probably magnification. Field of view is 24.5 feet at 5x and 1.7 feet at 25x. It is 0.25 MOA or 0.1 mil. The turrets turn the same as whatever option you get, so you're not trying to do an MOA reticle with a mil click or vice versa. Parallax setting is 15 yards to infinity, so if you're running this on some 22 like we talked about last week, yeah, it works too. You have 100 clicks per rotation on the MOA one. Which is also 25 MOA. Max elevation and windage adjustment is 90 MOA. Of course, it's full coated, first focal plane, adjustable diopter, push-pull locking turrets with a 0 reset. It is 15.4 inches long and weighs 36.8 ounces, so it is not light at 2+ pounds. Of course, it is IPX7 waterproof rating, like about everything. And it says it'll take 1,100 G-forces. I'm sure I'm missing something here. Let me go back to the MRAD. They are coming out with also 2 to 10, 3 to 15, and 4 to 20s in this line of scopes, which is a nice thing. Yeah, let's see. First focal plane illuminated. I don't know. Looks like it has 12 illumination adjustments. I don't know if it's full daylight illumination or not. I've heard that the clicks are quite nice on this, especially for the price. And you're looking at a somewhat, probably a really good piece of glass for the price you're going to pay. I mean, it might not be in the range with a $1,500 optic, but you might be surprised when you look through one actually how it is. I did see this at SHOT Show. I only looked through it for a second, and it was in the basement, so you can't really take it outside and know exactly what it looks like. You guys got anything to say about these? I know Rob has one of the other line of their scopes. Rob?
I do.
And?
I have it. I like it. It's got a decent
Okay.
glass, especially for the price. I mean, you're talking. The one I've got is like a $400 scope or something. So if you took 20% off, you said we get with the
25% off. So you're looking
so
at
it's a $700 scope times 0.25. So
is going to
Uh-oh.
be.
like 200.
Oh, this is
Oh
gonna
God,
be
I'm doing
fun.
mathematics. I
This is
can't.
gonna be fun. No, go keep going. Keep going.
Keep
No,
going,
don't even-
Florida man.
No. Come on.
No.
You carry the one. You drop.
Divide
You
by
add.
2.
You
Square
add
root of the
pi.
hypotenuse of the triangle.
Add the color yellow. Go ahead. I want to hear this.
Add 5, divide by 12, plus 16. Uh,
Come on.
open the
You're looking at
calculator
like
app.
I'm throwing out a wild
125.
guess.
It's 125.
Oh, only 125, huh?
That would be whatever
Like 550.
he said. The 700 times 0.25 would be 125.
Florida man got his shoes off, counting on his toes, and he came
Uh-huh.
up with the answer.
So, if you do that, you're looking at what? 500 and
Sure,
Oh.
75.
yeah, or 580 probably.
Why am I the one mathing?
Oh, because I'm just sitting here giggling like a special needs kid.
I don't want to
Chocolate.
math, okay? I already said I wasn't here today.
It's 516.75.
That's a steal. There he goes. He busted out his calculator.
I think
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm distracted. There's like this really cute guy on a tractor that just keeps going around in front of me.
that's Zane.
I'm saying,
How did you know I was on a
I've-
tractor?
I've heard that song before, and now I know.
Oh, she thinks my tractor's sexy by Kenny Chesney. Totally accurate. But first he came over and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, I am okay. So that's what that was. And now he's just pulling away.
Uh-huh.
So
And
a little-
welcome to Cute Guys with Maddie instead
Well,
of
I'm just out
guns.
here in my truck, out in the country, and there's.
uh-huh.
I'm a single mother. Okay, my chances are slim to nil.
Yeah, well, Zane's
Yeah.
a single nothing, so
I love single mothers.
Oh, really? Well, what's up, Zane? How you doing?
Hey, girl.
okay. Where's my mute button for those two? Anybody else have anything to say about this besides the price? Now that none of us can math.
No, we're way off
Well,
track.
no,
Let's-
what I checked it out and I wanted to look through their stuff. They have a video on their Edgy channel and they have a video on their YouTube channel. Hey people, could you put some information on and like make a video talking about your product? Give me the information that I have to scroll through your entire page to see on a 3-minute video instead of making that it looked like John Wick 4 intro that they put out, and it was well produced and it had a lot of zoomy and it had a lot of cool action shots, but none of them showed me what the lens looked like. You know what I'm saying? And it was really cool, but it gave really very little information.
I'll be honest. I'm not sold on SwampFox. I've looked through a couple of them and I don't hate them. I feel like they're trying to put themselves in that lower tier Vortex Holosun category, and I don't know if they are or not. So I'm
Well,
not.
that's
I'm
what
not
they're at in my
sure.
book. That's what they
Yeah.
are in my book.
Yeah.
Is they're coming in, if you don't want to spend the money, I guess what is the Vortex Diamondback price
Yeah.
range?
Yeah.
They they look like they're coming in with more options and more accessories at
You
that
gotta
price.
you gotta give them that. They are cranking out products like it's cool. So I mean,
And
they
they're
got
not bad products. It's not like
well,
they're
and like I
coming
said,
in
I
at
can't speak to that.
at
I haven't really played. I played with
right.
them at NRAM last year a little bit, but that's it. I don't know. I need to get my hands on one so I have a little because I know the guys that we like shooting really like them. So I don't know.
I think it's entry level price optics to find out if you want to step deeper into that price range. And if you have decent glass and it works, they don't break down. I mean, I know Chad's the only one that ever broke a Lucid, but I mean, if these things
Yeah.
aren't breaking and they work for a $500 price point for something like this, hey, go for it. And if you go, because this is the top of the line right now, so you're going to have to still go outside their brand if you want to upgrade. So you may upgrade to something like a higher level Vortex after something like this. But I kind of like entry level pricing with a lot of options because
And
that might be where you want to stop. I mean, that's where you might step in and go, you know what, this works for me and everything I want to do. And great.
and that's the thing is, and you can probably get started with this and probably until you literally want to upgrade it to something superior, you can get something decent for quite a while. Is my
Yeah, and
opinion.
as time goes by, what happens is, of course, the cost on these optics go down, the cost on the technology goes down, and you might just be somebody who's ends up being a SwampFox dude. You know, like 5 years from now, you get your next one, and it's an upgraded Warhawk 2, and it's even better for the same price point.
Right.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
you remember probably 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, even when everyone poo-pooed the Holosuns real bad. Like you were poor if you had a Holosun.
Yep.
Hey,
And
I
now
didn't.
people are mounting their stuff to like $3,500 1911s and stuff. So hey,
Um,
maybe they'll put themselves out there
hey,
like that.
five
Who knows?
5 years ago, 6 years ago, they were poo-pooing all over Vortex, and now they're working on a military contract for the Army. So
Yep, true story.
Yes, exactly. Well, so that was the SwampFox Warhawk, their new flagship scope, I guess. I guess now we can get on to Faxon Firearms. I put this in here. I think we've talked about their other pistol, but this is their Bantam 10.5-inch 9mm PCC. MSRP is $975. I mean, of course, it is one of the Faxon 9mm pistols. It uses Glock style magazines. Let's see, it uses their enhanced forged receiver set. It does have a tensioning screw, so you can tighten it up. Free float 9-inch M-lock handguard. It is a nitrided PCC bolt carrier group. It does have last round hold open. It comes with an SBA3 pistol brace. It comes with a mil-spec charging handle. Kind of surprises me. Tony's favorite, an A2 pistol grip. And so when you take it off and replace it, please send it to Tony. You know. It also comes with an A2 bird cage flash hider. And it weighs 5.72 pounds. This is, in their value priced line of PCCs. I do like that it's not a rifle. It is a pistol, so it's shorter, and you're shooting 9mm anyway, and it's not like a 4-inch little barrel like Zane has. But
Hey, whoa! Oh, my never mind. Sorry.
yeah, Maddie jumped right off the show after that. I don't even see her anymore.
that's right. She's like, I'm out of here. Hey, it's just another PCC out there. It's that's about all I can say. I like some of Faxon stuff, so
What is the price point on this?
$975 is
$775 on this the Ascent pistol. 10-inch barrel. At least on their website, that's what it says.
this is the Bantam. It's $975.
Oh,
Tony. I don't
sorry,
know what-
wrong one.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, really? The
Yeah.
Ascent is. I
I
didn't get that wrong. No, because I just.
don't ask me why.
Wait a minute. What the hell?
Hey,
The Bantam is supposed to be their value line, and the Ascent is supposed to be the next upper level. Anyway, no, because I posted a video today
right?
of
Didn't
me
you have
talking
the
to them in
Ascent?
shot.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe Kurt had it backwards when I spoke to him, but I have
And they
video.
don't even see. They don't even list the. They only list the Bantams right now.
Yeah, right here on the page. I just typed in the
Yeah.
page and I went to it, and it says right here the Ascent is on the page for $775.
Huh. Okay.
Anyway, I was checking it out. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the last round bolt hold open is kind of a big deal because a lot of them do not have that.
Mhm.
A lot of these. Here's my issue right now. Like, I would have thought this was really well. I don't like PCCs, right? We all know this.
Exactly.
But for what it is, I would have thought this is really cool before the Charger pistol came out from Ruger, and now I'm like, and I know ARs are dumb because I think that's just a better system and it's for cheaper.
Well, I
built mine with almost all Faxon parts,
Mhm.
so obviously I like them. But.
Well, a couple of things. I was actually watching Superset CA. He's a competition shooter out of California, does really quality videos. I'm assuming his regular job is some kind of film editor. But he compared an AR-15 PCC 9mm to the Ruger, and pretty much this smokes it on almost every level, from the ergonomics to just being able to swap out parts. You know what I'm saying? Because it's AR compatible, the AR 9mm PCCs.
Yeah, and I've seen all those arguments. I don't know if I would.
Also lighter
I don't
weight.
know if I would do one.
And is also lighter weight, and then depends on which price range you're looking into. They're cheaper. But let's not even get into that. I'm talking about Faxon right now, and I went on to see what kind of things their PCCs actually do. And they went through the 5,000 freaking round test with Eric over at Iraqi Veteran. Did you see that one? They burned through 5,000 rounds full auto with these things, and they didn't even hiccup.
Nice.
So I'm like, yo. So if you're going to look at it, I mean, I'd look at it that way, that these things are brutal and efficient. I mean, it's blowback, but that's what it is. 5,000 rounds full auto until he ran out of ammo. Yeah.
And that's saying a lot for a blowback 9mm. Those things get filthy. At least in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yes, they do.
And the funny thing was, he was like, okay, we ran through everything because we thought it would break down, and it didn't. And now we want to do an accuracy test, and I'm going to have to use my carry ammo because we're out.
It's probably more accurate anyway than the.
Yeah, but it was
cheap
just
crap.
funny. He was like, yeah, we shot everything. Whoops. We didn't think
Yeah.
this would happen. But I look at it as cool. Faxon has different price ranges, and hey, it works for me. I mean, I still have this PSA 16-inch that I have, mainly because I just wanted to check out what a 9mm PCC would do, and I can't wait for the range to open back up so I can run it and see.
I gotcha.
I kind of
So,
wish it was a few inches shorter. Not gonna lie.
like a 7.5 or 8.
Like
or,
an
yeah.
8, yeah, 6 to 8. I think 6 to 8's a good barrel length for 9 mils.
I
think that's
think
your sweet
you're
spot.
right. If you're not going to run if it's not a 16-inch, or
Yeah.
you might as well run like you said, 6 to 8. I'm like 7.5 or whatever they are.
Here's the corny thing with living in Jersey. I cannot own an AR pistol,
Right.
but I can own a non-NFA firearm with a 12.5-inch barrel and overall length of, I think, 26 inches or something like that. Yeah, rules are dumb. But I
Exactly.
could have one of those, and I was actually talking to Kurt about that. I'm like, yo, dude, all you have to do is write on this effing lower non-NFA, and and put a vertical grip on it, and I can have it in Jersey.
Right, because then it's I
It's
gotcha.
not a pistol, and I
Right.
can own it.
Yeah, that's
Well, I don't think you can put a vertical grip on that one.
Yes,
Well,
I
it
can.
would-
Yeah, as long as the overall length is more than 26 inches,
yeah.
Yep.
because it can't be considered a pistol if it's under 26 because it's not concealable.
Yeah,
Rifle, but
it's stupid NFA
What?
stuff. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's all you have to know.
short-barreled rifle,
Yeah.
but it's not an AOW.
Hey Tony, why don't you buy it and just take a black magic marker, like not NFA?
Because they will write "not jail" on my cell when they lock me up.
Hey, you'll be loved in there because you know everybody.
Or take it to somebody who's got a grinder and say, grind non-NFA on this thing.
Take it to an engraver.
Yeah.
Yeah, do not. Do you remember Rob's disclaimer? Yes, listen to that. So that was the Faxon Bantam 9mm PCC. I didn't really look too hard for listener feedback, but I don't think there was any. Now we can get to Tony, and he can tell us probably pretty quickly what's going on with diversity shoots.
Nothing. Next.
Okay.
Yeah, diversity shoots are on hold. All range stuff is on hold. Some people would ask me would I do online classes because I had a couple of classes booked. I think other people are doing that right now. Jump on it. I mean, if people are offering you information for free, I say take everything you can from them. I'm not going to do that. I got the show, and I have the 2A4E podcast that I'm doing. And that episode will be coming out before the weekend on AR-15s for home defense. So that's what I'm doing right now with 2A4E. I think I'll be doing the giveaway next month with the Boogaloo giveaway. So I have I'm going to try to get on Yankee Marshall's show just so more people can hear about it. So $20 and above, you'll be entered. I got the lower. I'll put it up at the beginning of the month. I got the lower that says I'm here for the Boogaloo from... not Double Star. Is it Double Star? No, they don't like us. No, wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait a minute. No, it's a Double Star. Double Star lower that says I'm here for the Boogaloo.
I
No,
love Double Star.
yeah, Double
Yeah.
Star. I like them. They like me. No, I was thinking it was Diamondback who don't like us at all.
Oh, yeah, they don't like us.
No, they don't. No.
Don't
Okay.
like us
Oh
at all.
wait,
Yeah. No.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. You don't like them.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
they
like
don't
them.
like you. They don't like you now. That's all we have to say.
Oh, yeah. You're out of Diamondback.
Yep. So
Yeah. Not-
yeah, we'll get into the wrap up. Send questions, comments, feedback to gungearreview@gmail.com. You can pledge your support at gunandgearcult.com. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us an iTunes review. Check out all the other great shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv. Don't forget to visit the Firearms Insider for reviews. Check us out at Facebook and Instagram at Firearms Insider. And send your questions in, and also to get entered into our Q&A episode. We'll take them on, Instagram, Facebook, or you can send them to the email, or you could even probably go to the firearmsinsider.tv and do a submit form there, and they will get to us. So thank you for listening to the largest Super Duty F650 podcast on the network. Thanks to Tony, and we are out.
I'm Batman.
Peace, fellas. Yo, they're brutal in the chat, dude. They're brutal in the chat.
No.
What are they doing in the chat?
Dogging
on.
you.
Oh, that's
the
fine.
tractor guy's married.
Maddie had
Ed Brian.